Hello everyone, this is Sheldon from ColourArte. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I'm a little mush mouth today. I'm going to be doing a bloom tonight with a transfer swipe. Now I've been trying these to get better and better at it, and so hopefully this one will be pretty nice. I'm doing it on a 16 by 16 inch canvas. And the reason why I'm able to spin it on this spinner, because this is actually a 12-inch cake spinner. And I attached an 18-inch aluminum pizza tray on the top of it to make it a little bit larger, so that way I can do larger canvases. And that's a good size to still fit into my puppy pool. I do have a larger puppy pool that I might break out in the summertime, or in the spring rather. And I do have a larger spinner that I bought from Jessica from Winterstrom Art that I want to use to do some even larger pieces. But right now, this 16 by 16 is pretty good inside of this, and I can still have room to spin it out. Okay? I don't attach anything to the bottom of my canvas when I spin, because I use the centrifugal force of the spinner to hold everything in place. And as long as you center it right, you shouldn't have to have anything gluing it down. So let me get started with the colors for the swipe. I'm gonna set that aside, and then I'm gonna do the bloom. So both pieces are gonna have my Glidden Premium semi-gloss white. I thin it down a little bit with water to help with the consistency. I don't like it too thick. And I'm just gonna put a little puddle on here first, get my colors, and then swipe it, and then set it aside to make it for the rest of the bloom. I'm putting plenty on there too, because I'm gonna be using plenty of it. So we'll start with Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. Some of these colors they were new to me when I first heard that. So try saying that 3 times in a row. Then I will go with Dioxazine Purple. A little bit of the Quinacridone Magenta. I drizzle it on instead of putting it on puddles, so that all the colors can kind of blend together and make little peacock type cells, which I hope will stretch. Now, I find that certain colors don't stretch really well, especially when you're using the pigments. So I needed to stretch a great deal when you're doing these transfers. So this time I'm just gonna go strictly with the tube paints, and I will put my pigments and my prizm pour on the bloom itself. That's my idea. So I'm using this cell activator, and this cell activator is with US Floetrol, Lukas Oxide Black, and thin down with a little bit of water. And that's basically it. I didn't want to react too fast. Like with Australian Floetrol, it will react very fast. I just wanted to make it nice so that some of the black from the lacing can stay a little thick. Because what happens is that it could stretch and still make nice, long, thin lines. But if the lines are too thin, as they stretch, they can disappear. So let me swipe this across the top of this. Lightly. Still reacted anyway, but let me take some of this, swipe around, so. That's my swipe. Wipe off my swiping spatula, put it to the side. When you're doing swipes, it's always good to have something to wipe off your swiping tool. So far, that's what I'm going to be swiping with. You see the reaction of it, made some nice cells. Even with the US Floetrol, made some really nice cells. So those are the colors I'm going to be transferring over. So I'll put this aside. And then on this puppy, I'm going to do my bloom. So I'll go over the colors with you now. So again, I'll put my pillow down. Now mainly when I do these blooms, I try to let the base paint cover at least 2/3. Because if you don't put enough paint down, when you go to spin it out, you're not going to have much coverage. When you blow it out, all the colors will spread out pretty nicely. So let's start with Wine and Roses. This is a pigment from ColourArte. Look at that. That's one of my favorites there. I'll tell you my absolute favorite color. This is up there like my top 3. That's going to be as my base. I want plenty of that down because I'm actually using a large canvas. 16 by 16 is no joke for a bloom. So that's now my favorite color is this Prizm pour called Baltic Amber. This thing right here, when it gets dry and it shines, it's amazing. I said I was going to add one of the new colors, the French silk, to this, but I'll do that another time because the French silk really shows up on a nice dark background, like a black base. So I'm not going to use that yet. I want to use it where it can really shine. This one's called Nebula Star. This is up there in that category too. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in that. Look at that. The camera doesn't do it much justice though. Because these phone cameras, sometimes their colors are not really true. What I like about these transparent colors is that it allows the pillow to come up to the top or to come through the colors and kind of put you back in the center. allow the pillow to come through the colors, and it gives it that transparent glow. This is called Pineapple Crush. Now I like to use a tube paint, a couple of tube paints when I'm going directly under my cell activator, because it makes the cells more crisp along the edges. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the color. I'll add this crimson. This is actually crimson and a little bit of cadmium red. So it's a mixture of the two. Now, as a tube paint, as a base under my cell activator, will be this little bit of black, so it doesn't take over. I just need enough to kind of border my cell activator. My cell activator will be gold, so I just need about that much. See how all this is over there, but I just need that much. That's my border. Make sure my blow dryer is ready. And then I'll use my gold. Let me center this again. And then my gold cell activator. Now the cell activator here, the gold, is thick, but because of the Australian Floetrol in it, it still reacts pretty nicely. That's Amsterdam deep gold. So let's blow it out. Make sure it's all in the center first. Cool fan, high temperature. No, yeah. High fan, cool temperature. So it does react. Now I'm going to give a little bit more of a puff and a blow in the middle, and hopefully these cells and all will stabilize and grow pretty well. So let me puff this out in the middle, and then I'll spin it slightly, and then I'll do the transfer. They come back together. A lot of that got down to the pillow. A lot of this color just bleed right out to the sides. And that is what I did not want to happen. So a lot of this is a result of not controlling the amount of blow you put as you blow down into the pillow. I should just try to blow it straight across instead of blowing it down first. But you live and you learn. And then there's Loves, right, babe? She thinks I'm goofy. What she doesn't realize, I know I'm goofy. Alright, so let me spin this out a touch before I add my transfer to it. I always spin slow. And I'll leave that there. And I'll do the transfer over some of these not so interesting areas. I was going to do it around like the whole thing, but I want to leave this color here and transfer over these areas here. So let me rinse my hand off real quick before I start my transfer. Right, so there's a lot of color in this one. So now I'm gonna try to bring it around here. So let's see if I can get some of this lighter color first. So let me go on this side. I got a new swiping transferring tool. I'm gonna try to let this kind of run onto the tool. Get plenty of it on there. Pick up. And then start. Transferring. One thing I'm realizing, I don't know if it's the angle I'm holding it, but it seems as though I can never get these transfers to come off the way I like it. They need to come with a more straighter angle. There we go. Maybe it's the angle I'm holding the my spatula. I'll just spin it a little bit more. I think I'll be happy with this one. Got some nice colors in there, which made up for the colors that I lost. Whoop, not too much. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Not taking off any more. I'm happy with this one. And that's a nice one considering that this is my first. I didn't have to scrape it. Most times I have to scrape it And then I gotta go again. So I think I'm very happy with this one. So let me rinse my hands off and get you down for a closer look. Here, let me change the lighting on this. All right, good. Now, I do have a little light here just to show you how those colors are really shimmery in here. Look at that. It's just glistening. That orangish, burnt orange glisten right there, that is all from that Baltic Amber. You have the pineapple crush up here. And then I got the glisten from the gold cell activator, of course. Some of these cells here, they kind of allow some of the glow from the pillow to come through. And this is just the part with the bloom. See how the glow from the cells, that transparent color came through? And that black gives a nice edge to that gold. And then you got more shimmer again all through here. So that's really gonna pop up nice when it's been resined. But look at that. That right there is killer. Look at all this right here. Look at how it just glistens as the light goes across it. You can't beat that. And then I didn't do too bad with the ribbon. Nice straight lines. One thing I don't like, and this is just personal preference. Well, it's not personal preference, but and I think it has a lot to do with the mix that I used. You see right here where it's starting to break up, right here. I think that's because on this particular pouring medium recipe, I went to the store, but that's the whole piece there first. Let me show you the whole piece. So I'm not worried about those fine details. You're gonna have those, but the whole piece, you don't really see those details in the whole piece. You just gotta get really very close to it just to see that, and that's nothing. But in any case, this is the whole piece, and the reason why I think that is happening is because of the pouring medium. I changed a bit, and that when I changed it, I went to Lowe's and picked up some polyacrylic. Now, I used polyacrylic before, and I know that it happened to me before, but when I switched to the triple thick polyurethane from Varathane, all of that stopped happening. And it's very different, and it's how it's set up. So I'm going to go back to the Varathane as soon as I get rid of the rest of this. But for right now, this is the whole piece. I got to hold it very high because this is a 16 by 16. But thank you for watching, and happy pouring. Good night.